Hi, my name is Jason Owens, here for Campaign Sauce. I often get asked the question, Jason, what is Rev Ops? Or what is revenue operations? I've never heard this term before. Well, if you go back in time, there were in most companies, three very distinct and very separate departments. One of them was marketing, okay? And their whole job was to come up with customer avatars and define a customer journey and do their best to create marketing collateral, some kinds of ads, whether it was print ads, digital, whatever. Try to find ways to raise people's awareness of your brand, get people to raise their hand to say, hey, I want to know more. When people raised their hand, they typically were then handed over to another department, the second department. That was the sales team, okay? And the sales team was typically out there in the traditional sense, closing business-to-business deals. They were meeting people face-to-face. They were developing relationships, getting contracts signed, right? So very much that hands-on approach. And then along came this crazy thing called the internet. And there was this third department called IT. Well, I hear we need a web page. Well, I don't know anything about making a web page. Hey, let's go talk to the people down in IT. They sit down in that dark basement all day long. Maybe they can come up with a web page for us, okay? And again, typically these departments were very distinct and very separate, okay? There wasn't a whole lot of crosstalk between the two. Well, revenue operations puts all of these traditional definitions of sales and marketing and IT, puts them all underneath one roof, okay? And what you're able to see out of that when you have all of those functions underneath one roof, often under one leadership, is that you can do a lot of great work with things like your CRMs, your landing pages, websites, sales funnels, classic digital marketing, right? Ad campaigns, okay? But we also get into the people side of the job. So job designs. Do you have the job designed correctly? Do you have a good compensation plan that's going to incentivize your sales team to work for you? Okay. Also, when things are under one umbrella, then process improvement becomes so much more easy, right? So anyway, that is what revenue operations is. It's basically sales, marketing, and IT all underneath one umbrella. Now, what we find here at Campaign Sauce is that when we're working with companies, helping them with their revenue operations, we find it's often more about culture than it is about software. Yeah, of course, everyone likes having new tools, and new tools are fun, and it's good to get in and learn stuff, but really it's about your people. If you don't have people willing to use the tools, frankly, you don't have much. All right. So long story short, what I would love for you to do is to reach out to us today. Contact me personally. My name's Jason. Again, you can see my email here, jason@campaignsauce.com. I would love to help you in your business with your revenue operations. Take care.